All right, episode on bagpipes. Take whatever. Charles, intros. The podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Overshadowed, the only podcast that covers the siblings of famous and infamous people throughout history. Today, we've gone a little bit different for you. We have chosen a group of people, the Bagpipers from Scotland, baby.
You're damn right.
Yep.
My name is Zach. Your name is Charles. We are two New York comedians, and normally we do cover the siblings of famous people, but we wanted to cover a group of people who have been overshadowed and not really thought of as much in history. Also, because I went to Scotland,
Yeah.
and I saw a bagpiper, and maybe I have a
Humble
video.
brag.
Maybe I have a video that I could use in one of these videos. Splice it in.
Yeah, cool.
You know,
Hey, always,
Slice
use
of
what
life.
You can, Yeah, use every ingredient.
yeah. I'm just trying to make
So
content
you
out here,
saw,
guys.
your inspiration for this episode was you saw Bagpiper live.
I did, yeah. He looked hot as hell, and I
Damn.
don't mean sexy.
Well, they don't wear under.
I do not mean sexy.
What are you talking about? You telling me you never? When I see
No,
a bagpiper,
dude.
my first thought is, man,
Red,
I'd love to jump those bones.
red, sweaty, angry. I mean, I'll post the video of my trip in
Cool.
Scotland.
Join the Patreon.
Yeah, join the page. Maybe you see the video. You fucking losers, you fucking poor losers who aren't subscribed to our one episode Patreon, our one episode having Patreon. You poor losers.
Let me ask you this: was this guy just playing the pipes for fun, or did he have a jar
I mean,
out?
he's in Edinburgh, and he
Is that a pipey town?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, so
So you were the outcast, not playing the pipes.
No, not everyone is playing the pipes.
Okay.
It was this one guy. I mean, I think he's like, hired by the tourism board of Edinburgh to be like, spice it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, John, you know how to play pipes, don't you?
Hey, we're trying to show these people Scotland.
Yeah.
All right?
Go play the pipes, eat some haggis,
Yeah.
fight somebody in public, preferably a woman, scot it up.
Dye your hair red.
Yeah.
Quote brave. Do William Wallace speeches up and down Royal Mile. Yeah, so I saw this bagpiper, and I learned also that not only are bagpipers overshadowed, because we just made fun of them, and they're actually super cool. So this will
Did you buy a set of pipes off of him?
No, he
It
wasn't
sounds like
selling.
you bought a set of pipes.
He
off
wasn't selling. I offered. I said, how much? For you, for the pipes, for the whole
him. And he
experience.
goes, there's no price on me, baby. My Scottish accent's going to get better as the episode goes on.
Oh man,
I've never tried it.
It needs work.
Well, let me hear yours.
So I learned that I'm gonna try to do it in a Scottish accent.
See if you can sneak it in to a couple of sentences.
Yeah, okay.
See-
So I learned that. So I was at the War Museum in Edinburgh.
Okay.
And it tells kind of the history of Scotland and England and how they were fighting, and there's always been kind of a power struggle. But there came a time in the 1700s for an alliance in like the very early 1700s between Scotland and England. Because I didn't know this, Scotland had sent out some kind of expeditions, just like everyone else was, to colonize America, just like the French did in Canada and the English did with the 13 colonies. Scotland tried to colonize America. They almost always failed.
Damn.
So they needed some ships. They needed some boats. Snuck it in for, support. And then England also needed to make sure that they weren't going to have war coming from their northern borders.
For sure.
And also to use Scots for basically their war
They're
on
good soldiers.
their war on dope-ass bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fighting
We
bods.
noticed you guys have really fighting bods.
Yeah.
And would you like to come over and play on our team
That's a great London
in
accent.
case anything happens? Yeah, it's my British. We noticed.
So yeah, Scots were overrepresented in terms of like the military of Britain.
Because they had more pride about them, right?
They had more
Scottish
pride.
People wanted to be soldiers.
Yeah.
And English people, you told me this earlier, not good to be a soldier because they had a lot of alcoholism in the soldier community.
I think that was just kind of soldiers. Like I think
Oh,
you're
okay.
fighting
Oh,
and
the
you're
Scots-
marching.
Got it.
I think that's soldiers in general.
They're just kind of pillaging.
If they're not drunk, they're good. That was what the museum was
Got
saying.
it.
There was like a
That's
lot
what
of
my ex-girlfriend used to say about me.
a lot of anti-drunk campaigns from Heather and from the Scottish military office. But pre-World War I, Britain's population was 10% Scots.
Okay.
In terms of volunteers who fought in World War I, 13% were Scottish.
A lot.
A lot. Again,
Doesn't sound like a lot.
I know it doesn't, but it is. But I don't have the energy or the life power
I didn't bring a TI-89.
to do that math. I
No.
didn't bring a nerd. I didn't bring my tutor. Okay. I have nothing for you in terms of that statistic.
So let's just say there were a lot of the British
Listen to the
Army.
tone of my
And we'll
voice.
say that, yeah.
Understand that it's significant.
Say it in Scottish. They believe that.
All right. So 10% of pre-war Britain population
Uh-huh.
was 10% was Scottish. of the volunteers who fought in World War I, 13% were Scottish, which I think is kind of like a 1 to 10. I lost it. A 1 to 10 ratio or something. Like just a lot of Scots per Scot was fighting in World War I. Okay.
Hey, I believe you.
In terms of the number of Scottish people, a lot of Scots per Scot were skipping around.
How many Scots per Scot do we have? Dang it. I can't get it.
You fucking suck.
Tell me how to do it really quick. Give me a trick.
All right.
All right.
So.
I don't want to learn it.
All right. So I knew it was gonna happen. Scottish people.
The Scots, they're very.
The Scots, they're very. People don't talk about it, but they're very. They're great warriors.
Good people. They stink a lot, but
they stink and they drink. Boy, do they drink! But they're good fighters. I'd like them on my team. That's for sure.
So about the Scottish, they're proud soldiers.
Yes.
They want to be in the war, and they're good at war, and they're good at manufacturing weapons.
Yes.
Clyde made, I think was the term.
Yeah, I don't know what a Clyde is. The Scottish are a fighting people.
Yeah.
They're the product of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're Highland society. Like Braveheart, those are Scottish people. They'll like fight to defend their towns, their villages, or whatever. Clans in Scotland used to war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they've been trained to fight. Like like people just living in a city.
They were born in the darkness.
Right. Exactly. And they had to climb out.
Yeah.
You can do it if you really
Climb
try
out.
off Mike.
Try off Mike.
Yeah.
Damn it. Climb out.
And then among those Scottish warriors who are kind of unsung, despite their disproportionate involvement, are pipers, bagpipers, who were basically the hype men of Scottish military. They played during the battles. Yeah, like if you were going to war as a Highland, platoon or whatever, like a piper was with you at all times.
You had a Pied Piper.
Yeah, it's like he's like your special that once you add a piper to your unit, everyone's attack goes up 3. That's kind of what he was there for.
And so they played the music, and that riled everybody up.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a Drake song before you play a little game
exactly.
of pickup.
Everyone's
basketball.
full of adrenaline, fully hard. Yeah.
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 Get you pumped.
The Scots, use the bagpipe. I got an uncle named Scott.
Wow.
Actually, my grandma's maiden name is Scott.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm a Scott and a Russell. I think I'm pretty British. I'm like pretty UK-y.
Okay.
Just for the record.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, file that away.
Well,
okay. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the intimidation of the enemy and the increase of morale for the soldiers, the bagpipes were huge. People love the pipes.
People love back then, but now,
it's like a hot summer day without ice cream. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you're gonna hate your day.
You're not gonna kill any Germans without
without ice cream.
Yeah.
So here's the downside, though, to the pipers is, first of all, we'll talk about the pipers a little bit. We'll backtrack, maybe talk about the origins of the pipe, the sack, the bag. But they didn't really, so all the things that they would do first is they would lead the platoon. During trench warfare, they would storm.
The first guy you saw was a piper coming over the top.
Just kill him.
Yep.
A lot of them died.
Headshot.
Boom.
Yeah.
Easy headshot.
Aim for the pipe.
Aim for
kill the morale. It's like kicking the jukebox of the battlefield.
Hilarious.
Battle foul.
Hey, this is a war crime. You can't shoot a piper's bag.
Dude, what are we going to listen to
Starts
now?
Sounding out of tune.
It's like ripping someone's iPod out when they're working out.
Yeah. Hey,
dude, I lost my pump. Dude, your voice is really high.
You expect me to pump right now?
Yeah. I can't fight without the pipes.
Yeah, they all just lay down their guns. But so a lot of them would die, but they would die with honor.
Yeah.
They liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, dude, we're not going to pretend to understand honor right now.
Yeah.
We're not honorable people.
You know what it is? We don't really need honor right now.
At least me and you. I don't give a shit about honor.
We're in the middle of we don't need honor right now.
The middle of a what?
I was going to say we're in
pandemic?
I was going to say we made this whole thing. Is this an honorable situation?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
A recording studio?
It. Yeah. There's no honor in this.
My room is pretty good. It's a little small.
Good. It's not honorable.
No, it's not. But I don't care about honor. There was actually a hall in Edinburgh, in like the top of the castle, where you couldn't take pictures or anything. It was like this military memorial or whatever to like all the Scots who had died in wars, just like World War I, World War II, whatever. And they're still adding names.
What? They're still finding people?
Yeah, I mean, they're still like
being
identifying.
Is that Seamus's bones?
Is that Shane? Yacht looks like from 1700. Put him
Yeah.
in the book.
Put him on the wall.
His life has meaning now.
A ghost explodes out of a book.
Yeah. Scotland Edinburgh specifically is reportedly very haunted.
Oh,
we did go on a
really?
ghost tour when we were in
Cool.
Edinburgh.
How was it?
It was cool. Well, underneath Edinburgh, there's all these vaults
Okay. Filled with what?
filled with nothing. They were originally going to be used for storage for merchants, and then it was very drafty and damp.
Okay.
Under Edinburgh, so horrible storage. So merchants abandoned it. So they built it for that purpose, but then they were abandoned, and it was illegal to beg in the streets.
Okay.
So in terms of like homeless people, a place that you would go as you're kind of trying to figure out your next move is these vaults, because it's free,
Whoa.
but it's also like filthy. Like, you know how people would throw shit and piss from a bucket out their window, and that's what flushing was?
Yeah.
Like, that's how you dispose of your waste.
Yeah.
So all that shit and whatever goes on the streets, seeps down into the damp vault. So like you got like you're trying to sleep and you got like people's shit water dripping on your head. There's also a lot of murders, a lot of crime, a lot of robbery, theft
In this vault town.
in this little vault town. And people wouldn't live there for a long time. They'd spend like a month there max.
A month.
'Cause
That's
you-
a lot of time.
That's
in
a
the
lot,
vault.
but it's also like it would be fatal to live there for any more than a month. Just given all the pollution. There was a lot of prostitution happening down in these vaults.
That's kind of a cool. That's like I wish there was an alternative like that right now, where the homeless people could go downstairs.
No, dude, this was not a good place to be. It was so dark. Someone could just come out of the darkness and just stab you in the gut.
Wow.
And you wouldn't even know who it was.
And you would die.
Probably.
And just not knowing.
And it was away from, like, the police were like, all right, not on the streets, not my problem.
Whoa.
So it wasn't policed at all.
Yeah.
But a lot of wealthy men would go down there, and, you know, there were, like, brothels happening down there,
And
too.
you fuck by the poo.
You fucking, yeah, poop. They probably had, like, a velvety room.
If you go down there, I really have to give up a sense, though. I can't imagine you're breathing through your nose when you're with a prostitute down
Probably
there.
helps you last longer. All the shit. Most of my life is just trying to last longer.
How do you...
I actually, one of my first sexual experiences.
Yeah, you do. You said you're
was
an
getting
early
a-
arriver, right?
I'm an early arriver. Yeah.
You're first aboard?
Attention passengers, we have landed. I know I never turned the seatbelt sign off. Sorry, we never really got you up in
Never
the air. We never really reached cruising altitude for you, but we are there.
We are in.
You're going to have to walk the rest of the way. What were we just saying?
We said that you...
Early arriver.
Yeah, you're an early arriver.
I was with this lady, and she was giving me a real bad hand job, like real, like
I remember those
frictiony,
days, yeah.
frictiony, like no
lube.
lubricant.
And are
no
you the
spit.
age where you're too nervous to say, hey, put some spit on that?
Yeah, well, she wasn't even doing anything with the skin where you like hold it. It was just like, you know, just like heating up. If you had a thermal camera, my dick was like white hot on the camera, and like she's blue because she's, you know, she has a cold sweat going because she's like, this guy's softening rapidly. But I let her keep going because I was like, this is gonna make me seem like such a stud for how long I'm withstanding this hand job. And then this is the tragic part. She actually gave me like rug burn.
Ah,
on
yeah,
my
that's
dick.
a crime.
So then I couldn't
that should
get
be punishable by law.
by death. You mean that should be punished by due process, by a juror of her peer, a jury, a juror, one juror,
One juror that's also her peer.
one friend. No, but so I felt like such a stud because I was like, I'm gonna last so long. You know what I mean? This whole thing is gonna take at least 30 minutes. You know, because
Wow.
this is not getting me there.
Girls don't want that either.
No,
Girls,
no.
you learn that girls are cool with a 10-minute.
Yeah. So we were about to have sex, and I was still good. You know, I was rock hard. And right as we were about to, she's like, "Oh, I can't. It's too soon," because we had like just met. And then so the next night, and then that like shook me. My guy was like inside of my ball. I had 3 balls for a minute. it was all underneath. It was really. I was like, "Oh God." Because I never had sex before.
Oh, so
This is my first time. So I'm like, oh, it's happening.
Yeah.
Never mind. Which is fine. But like, it just really fucked with me.
Yeah.
Like, it got to me. I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah. That's always the thing, because the older you get and the longer you don't have sex, you're like, of course this would happen to me.
I know.
I'm never going to get laid.
It's just like when I sprained my ankle right before you're about to go on vacation.
Yeah.
You're like, of course I'm not going to be able to go tubing. I can't go in the water because of my cast. That was my worst fear. It was getting injured before vacation, and then I couldn't do all the activities.
Yeah, a week before vacation, Zach just heads down to the vaults and kind of toughs it out.
No, dude, the vault. I would stay away from the vaults if I was going on vacation.
I know, you're right.
So much danger down there.
Yeah, you gotta quarantine at like a Hilton Inn.
So from then on, like the next night, she was like ready, but I couldn't do it
Oh,
because
you
I
were-
was nervous
you had stage
and
fright?
I had a wounded penis. It looked like Darth Vader under there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was
That's
bad.
tough.
Yeah,
When she take your helmet off?
yeah. She did rip off the head of my dick to reveal a former Jedi who turned to the dark side.
Yeah, I don't think my first time was with a girl who one day she just said you could put it in. She was a virgin, I was a virgin, and she made it clear she didn't want to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, one day she just goes, yeah, put it in.
And you were like,
I was an early arriver, almost immediately jumping in the pool.
Yeah, me too.
I got out.
yeah.
My guy was like, whoa, we're not ready. I hate water. You ever put a dog that you want to like water and water that they hate water? And like,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
I tried to teach Lauren's dog how to swim, and she did, but it was more like a life or death situation. for her.
yeah.
Like,
Dogs-
she's paddling. I'm like, she thinks these are her last moments.
yeah.
She's gonna do whatever she can.
She's surviving right now. She's not paddling.
Yeah, she's
It's
not
so funny that
swimming. Oh, look, she's playing. No,
I think she's just. I better go get her.
that's terror. Animals do have souls, because
Yeah.
I saw that. I've seen that look in myself. That's the sheer terror of death.
Hey, is your dog cool? Are dogs cool enough? Nah, I want mine to swim.
Yeah.
I want my dog to swim. I wanted to skateboard. But I do want a dog. I was talking to Heather today about our eventual cat. And we've decided it's going to be a leash cat. We're going to take it on adventures.
Oh boy.
Jeez. Life really turns out to be worth it.
It is funny. You're like, oh, I can just leave my cat at home with no lights on. Your dog, you'd be like, I gotta get home to my dog.
Yeah, that's true.
People are like, yeah, I mean, I got a crock pot on the stove and I have a cat.
Yeah.
And I
I like to leave things be.
yeah, yeah. A dog, you're making every meal, you're
Yeah.
sauteing vegetables. What do you do? It's like you grab it and then because you're doing some farting motion with your armpit.
You can, so it's the bag, and then you put it right here, and then you're playing, and then when you need to take your mouth off and take a breath, you squeeze the bag so the air still comes out, so you can go, and it still continues that.
So there needs to
Tune.
be air flowing through the bag at all times.
Yes.
That's really hard.
That's why, well, I mean, apparently they all master it. I've never heard
Yeah.
a bagpipe. There's never a skip. It's
No,
always
yeah.
consistent
And there's that
music.
consistent low.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I
Yeah.
think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the air is always going through it.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's hard.
Really hard.
But you could see though, because it does sound pretty shitty. But like I could see if you play it in a war setting. Hey, you're like, yeah, it's like your
Yeah.
walk-on music for WWE.
Yeah, yeah.
Except you're not going into the ring; you're going into no man's
You're going
land.
to immediately death, though. That's the problem, and why I get super annoyed about these bagpipers is I get there's honor in being a soldier, but they weren't armed.
No, well,
I mean, they had a knife.
think about how you become a bagpiper in war. I think it was you go. I think this is how it actually happened. You go to a military school, you're in the band, and you get so good that they send you to war unarmed.
It's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah,
Hey, you want to play for us? You want to open up for the army?
yeah. You want to open for this battle?
Yeah.
I got a sweet gig. It's about 1 to 2 years. You probably make it a week.
Yeah, you'll probably immediately die.
The
but-
death rate was pretty high for pipers.
Oh,
It was.
they all died.
They said they didn't all die. It was like 2,500 that were sent to World War One,
Uh-huh.
and like 600 died. No, 500 died. 600 were wounded. They're pretty easy targets on the battlefield, but they really did apparently boost the morale of the dudes.
Yeah, it sounded like they were very effective.
Like you're in the trench, you're scared, you're
Yeah.
shivering. There's bullets happening. You seen Mad Max, the guy with the guitar?
No.
No, you haven't.
Uh-uh.
They're riding into battle, and it's very similar in terms of like playing music does hype you up.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason you play. This was just because they didn't have iPods.
Yeah.
Like all the soldiers, if trench warfare was still happening, but like also somehow Steve Jobs had invented the iPod, everyone would just have their headphones.
Yeah,
in.
definitely. They'd
Yeah.
be blasting some puddle of mud.
Yeah, everyone would have a different tune.
Yeah.
They're gonna pump you up.
They are going to pump you up.
Yeah,
I'd say even today, a pipe would pump me up.
yeah. I would say so. If someone tells me to meet them by the playground, I only fight school children. Then I expect there to one of my boys to come prepared with the pipe to hype me up. Yeah,
in a new tartan.
Yeah, pump me up with the pipe, hype with the pipe.
Hype with
I
the
want
pipe.
you to be my hype pipe.
Don't believe the hype of the pipe.
Don't believe the pipe hype. That's the guy who thinks the bagpipes don't help you in a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't believe the
He's
pipe
outside
hype.
protesting. It's all pipe. Don't take the shot. Don't believe the pipes. The election was stolen. We are not British.
It'd be wild though if like before JFK was assassinated, you just heard a bagpipe just to help the sniper aim. You know, like before every major, like not even a battle, just like a covert operation.
Yeah. There's footage. Slow it down. You can hear the pipes.
You can, if you zoom in, you can see the grassy knoll.
You can see a pipe.
There's a lady from hell, which is what the Germans used to call Scots. Called them ladies from hell. And so the bagpipes used to be used not for hyping, but you used to tell people, you like gave orders and instructions, just like a bugle or like a horn was used on the battlefield. Which is funny that that's how you had to relay instructions to troops.
Yeah.
It seems like there could be some ambiguity, you know, like they're like, I think right. I think we go right. Was that a?
And then immediately 20 people drop dead. Left.
We go left.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
He's like, sorry, I had a thing in my throat. You know, he plays like the wrong note.
The wrong octave.
Yeah. Oh shit. He's trying to read the sheet music. Was that a C? I played an A.
Yeah, I went flat on that.
Oh,
I just killed my family. My brother was in that platoon.
Yeah, you kill half your platoon. You're like, I'm out of tune.
Yeah.
Whoops.
The piper's like, my bad.
What a die-on-out here.
One of my pipes or something in it. I'm sorry.
Do-over. Can we get a do-over on the charge?
Hold on, let me tune up.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. I'm tuning right now, so don't pay attention to the orders.
The comms are down. I'm tuning I don't even know how you tune a pipe. You can tune a bagpipe.
Okay, how?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I know that.
Maybe there's nipples on the bag from the animal, and you twist those.
You want to tell me how bagpipes are made? Now that you've given the reveal about the nipples, I think we should talk about what bagpipes are.
All right, I think the dog's out of the bag with that one.
I think the dog's in the bag.
You're right.
In ancient times, the bagpipes were known to be formed from animal skin, and the bones are used as the pipes.
Boy, that's tough.
That's pretty freaky.
That they use the bones? I will say, people were a lot more creative back then. I would never see bones and be like...
Very resourceful.
Yeah, very resourceful. You had to see bones and be like... And then you got a bagpipe out of it? That's pretty good.
Yeah, and this is fucked up. According to Greek sources, dog skin was used.
Yep.
While traditional European bagpipes are made up of goat or sheep skin. Could you imagine you're in Greece and you're like, hey, look what I did with my dog.
Yeah. Some dad turns his kid's dead dog into a pipe.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, I bet the guy who makes the dog skin bagpipes hates dogs. I bet something happened to him where he kind of enjoys it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a dog. Like dogs probably hate him.
It didn't have to be dog.
It didn't have to be dog.
No, it could have been anything. Could have been cow. Could have been like livestock. I don't think there's anything about a dog's skin that makes it a particular.
I don't know. I've heard that. I wonder if that's true. That's the arguments people got in back then. Hey, cow skin sounds better. Like a propane versus charcoal kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm a dog skin guy.
I gotta be dog skin.
I love a dog skin pipe.
And maybe that's where lambskin came from. They ripped off a piece of the bagpipe, put around the old guy, used it as a wrapper.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
If that's true, I'm waiting for the dog skin condom to come out.
If that's true, I need to hear a lot more of your opinions and prophecies. Because you see what no one else does.
Well,
it's just shitty that there was a dog to bagpipe pipeline.
Yeah.
Or if that's like what people threaten their dog with.
Yeah.
Hey! You know, instead of like hitting it with a newspaper, they're like, I'm going to make a flute out of you.
Yeah, you better train your dog on making it into some bagpipes. Pipes.
Yeah.
That's what you call it. That's what you name your dog. Yeah, I'm just trying to get ready for it. It's going to happen.
I just think it's healthy.
Yeah.
Just to start thinking about it now.
Death happens, guys. It's what we do after it.
Yeah. It would be funny, though, if if a guy made a bagpipe into a dog, but it spent very little effort trying to conceal that it was a dog.
Yeah, and it's obvious.
The collar's still there. You have the tag.
The snout is like the party grabs.
Yeah. You don't know bagpipes well enough to know where the nose would go.
I know. I really leapt before I looked on that one.
Yeah.
I was like, what about the balls? I was like, the balls could be something funny.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. They use the whole dog.
Yeah. I can't believe they used the dick as a little pipe.
They made sure before they killed the dog he was erect, and then they killed it. Rigor
If you
mortis.
die with a boner, you keep it.
Yeah,
You know that?
it's good luck.
Yeah.
Oh my god, your dog has a boner? It's like finding a heads-up penny.
I think even more lucky than that. A dead dog with
Probably.
a big dick? All right.
Well,
We got to stop. What happened to him? How come things have always went his way? Well, his dog died with a hard dick.
oh well. I really didn't know this about bagpipes. Like, before looking into this, did you know that bagpipes were used in this way?
I just thought they were a silly instrument.
Me
I
too.
was like,
And that's
what
why
is
we're
this, the
covering
first
them.
kazoo.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, things get smaller and more streamlined over time.
Yeah, T-Rex is now a bird.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. T-Rexes are bird. Every time I see a swallow, I'm like, that's a real compact-ass T-Rex. I see a hummingbird, I'm like, look at you, previously
Look at that.
velociraptor. An ostrich? What you looking at? Once brontosaurus?
Did you guys know flies were T-Rexes?
It's the only dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, this guy's bad at autism. He does not study at all. He just loves me. He's like, have I told you about he only knows one train.
Yeah.
Have I told you guys about the Amtrak Northeast Regional?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Well, it came today, and it went.
Okay. Do you have any others?
Who would... Some guy who's clearly trying to be friends with an autistic guy.
Look, buddy, I'm doing my best, but you got to
You
give me
gotta at
something
least
more.
give me a second train
You
here.
got to give me a second train to work with here. I'm really trying to help. I mean, your mom pays me. I want to be a friend.
This is tough, but this is really tough.
I'm gonna be honest. I like trains. You
Yeah,
are
you're-
turning me off.
You're kind of ruining trains for me, Steve, and it sucks because I really like them.
I also don't know a lot, so I was hoping that this friendship could benefit us both.
I thought
I love hearing about trains. You just can't tell me shit about trains. Make one up.
make a train up,
The
buddy.
Southeast National. I don't care.
You have every day off.
Yeah, so oh fuck, wait, play this. Play this and tell me if you want to charge into battle. Oh, I got it. It's also drums, which helps.
Yeah, I'd go into battle like this. I could hear bullets shooting right now. Yeah, that's pretty badass.
The drums really help though.
Yeah, the drums are definitely.
Drums are 60/40.
You always need a. You always need a beat.
So bagpipes used to be a weapon of war, considered a weapon.
Yeah, this story is very funny. You want to talk about? You mean initially or because of the story?
Because of the story that I'm
Okay.
about to tell you. Bagpipes were considered for 200 years a weapon, just like a dagger, a dirk, or a sword, or a gun. So during the Jacobite Rebellion, which, long story short, Scotland in 1745, there was a rebellion in Scotland for people who supported this exiled King James, who they thought because it truly doesn't matter why, but there was a battle between the Scottish and the English people, just based on who was going to be king, right? That was kind of the big conflict of who they want to be king, and the Jacobites wanted this one guy named James to be king, who was like this exiled king, but they thought he had a divine right of rule, aka God appointed him to be king. Even though he's exiled, he deserves to come back and be king. So during that battle, it was called the Battle of Culloden, there was this piper James Reed who was captured with like 600 other Scottish soldiers. And they were tried by the English for high treason. So the guy's defense, the piper's defense, he's like, yeah, everyone else was fucking fighting. I mean, that was brutal. That was crazy, right? Wasn't that crazy? What I was doing was playing an instrument.
I was playing a tune.
I didn't know they were going to be there. I was actually trying to pick up chicks in a field, and all these bullets started. I don't know.
I don't
they
really
had
know what
pistols.
happened.
I think they had pistols. Yeah. So his whole defense was like, dude, I'm just trying to play music.
Yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy the day.
Yeah. I mean, it
Play a
was
couple
sunny.
acoustics, little
Yeah.
bagpipe, about a baguette, a blanket.
Take out the sack of dog bones. You know, it's just
Take the dog out for a walk, and apparently, a war started forming behind me. I didn't know. Nobody told me that
I'm
this
just
was...
trying to squeeze the dog out here, trying to squeeze the dog sack, and they're harshing my vibe. I can't even hear Amazing
I was
Grace.
trying to run away from them, but they kept following me. And then we ran into you guys, and, wrong place, wrong time. I shouldn't die.
It was certainly a bad coincidence that I'm here being
if anything,
tried.
you should kill them.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the same clothes as them, but that's just because...
I know we're all wearing the same thing. We're from the same town.
Yeah.
Is that a crime?
It's-
To be in the same field with your neighbors? And the English were like, okay, no Scottish army has ever gone to battle without a pipe.
Yeah.
Without a piper.
Without a sack of
You're
dog
under
bones.
arrest.
Yeah.
You're being tried for high treason. And that's when they classified the bagpipe a weapon of war and not a musical instrument. And that remained that way for like over 200 years until in 1996 when it was reclassified. 1996. It was reclassified as a musical instrument. So for over 200 years, you couldn't walk down the street with a bagpipe.
Or you'll be hanged and quartered.
I mean, you'd probably scare people.
Wow. So there's probably a bunch of soldiers behind this guy somewhere.
Maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You couldn't go into a convenience store. If you went into a convenience store with a bagpipe, someone would have a Remington in your face.
I said, get out of here with that sack of bones.
Take your dog and walk. To be fair, I think you could chip a tooth if you swung a bagpipe at someone.
I think
You could hit, knock someone with a dog femur right in the tooth.
right in the tooth.
Like
feel
if you took one of the pipes from a bagpipe and swung that thing, you could definitely.
What if you just played it in public and people started getting riled up? Like,
Oh,
triggered a little
yeah.
PTSD and people went buck.
You're like Scarecrow. It's like Batman Begins or whatever.
Okay.
And Scarecrow has this crazy gas, I think, that makes people fight each other.
Yeah,
That's what like a
what it is,
bagpipe
yeah,
it enrages people.
Some guy's picking apples and then he hears the bagpipe. Yeah! Just-
Whatever you're doing, you take out your butter churner. It has a bunch of butter. You just start bludgeoning
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
I don't think a bagpipe is the most weaponizable instrument.
Uh,
If you sharpened a flute, that's a spear.
okay.
If you put gunpowder in a tuba,
There we go.
you
That's
can
what I'm
fuck
thinking.
some people up.
I'm thinking about putting a couple of bullets in a trombone.
Yeah. I'm putting a bunch of daggers in my tuba, lighting that thing, running. That's like a shoulder mounted. Yeah.
Just an explosion of
Yeah.
knives.
Yeah. It's that scene from Mulan where there's all these arrows. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
shove a quiver into your tuba.
This is when Leonidas at the end of 300.
Yeah. That's one tuba.
Yeah.
That was one tuba's worth of arrows.
I could play you could put a grenade in a sax and blow that thing out of proportion.
Someone should make a movie where they make like the band, because it's called Battle of the Bands. Lauren made this point of like in World War I, basically I think 1 in 5, I almost said tuba players, 1 in 5 bagpipers were killed.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's not that. 1,000 bagpipers, I think, were killed or wounded in World War I. And I'm like, that's not even a lot. And Lauren's
No.
like, well, for being a musician, it is.
That's funny.
You know?
Yeah, you don't expect to be a... It's like training all your life to swim in the Olympics, and they're like, some of you are gonna die.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what?
I've just been in a pool this whole time.
1 in 5, actually. There's 8 lanes.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, bagpipes, just like swimming. But anyway, so a bagpipe was a weapon of war. So Piper James, was tried and convicted of high treason. And what happens when you get tried and convicted of high treason?
You get hung.
And
Quartered?
drawn.
What does that mean? They draw on you?
They draw. Yeah, basically they put a little quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, they
And then they
don't.
quarter you. They cut you into fourths. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
And they send that to the vault?
I don't. Yeah, they put that in the
They
vault.
send that.
I really don't know what they do with
bagpipe
the
is you're made
pieces.
out of. This is James. You become a bagpipe. That's the cycle of life.
You go to some church, it's like this was once Jesus Christ.
He was drawn and quartered into a bagpipe.
It's like a glowing
Have you
bagpipe.
seen Jesus Pipes?
Have you seen the haggis the haggis spirit?
Have you seen another joke about our Lord and Savior?
I couldn't think of another one.
No, that was good. I just
No, that was pretty bad.
yeah. So why? But why?
So
really?
he got drawn and quartered. I don't know why you get drawn and quartered. I don't know. I mean,
to
that's
make
just
sure
more...
you don't come back.
Yeah.
In case you really were good at faking a hanging.
Yeah. In case you're really good at playing broke neck. That's a big problem. There's just a
What?
bunch of people who they know they're gonna be hanged, so they it's kind
Really
of like
practice.
it's like David Blaine. He's like, I was holding my breath for
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
before this.
Every day they have a rope and a chair on their fan. All right,
Yeah.
kick it, babe.
Yeah, you're like, God, I got to get in 10 hangings before breakfast, babe.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
babe, look, 10,000 hours.
Yeah,
Feel my neck. Feel how hard it is.
I got to do abs and then noose. Or just, I don't know, do more makeup or something. You look like shit. He's a criminal, so he's mean to his wife.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And then when he's being, but babe, what if you get drawn and quartered? Don't think like that, babe.
I'll give you my upper left.
Oh God. Yeah, what are they?
I'll give you Q2.
I feel like the guy who thought of drawn and quartered, he was a weird guy.
Let me look up what that means. I mean, sorry, drawn and quartered. Why? Drawing and quartering, part of the grisly penalty anciently ordained in England for crime of treason. Oof. Hold on. The full punishment for a traitor could include several steps. First, he was drawn, that is, tied to... I was wrong.
Dang.
I was wrong. Quartered, we should assume that as a part of quartering, they're going to draw on you. Make sure they don't, get a sloppy
they don't call it two
cut.
different things.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just so everyone knows what the steps are. First you draw, then you quarter. We do not quarter before you draw twice, quarter once. So first you're drawn, that is tied to a horse and dragged to the gallows. Like a horse-drawn carriage.
That's tough.
Except it's a horse-drawn ewe. And a so-called hurdle or sledge is sometimes mentioned in this context. Although such a device may have been a means of mercy, the history of English law before the times of Edward I states that it was most likely a way to deliver a live body to the hangman. I've always wondered, people who are dragged behind horses, how much damage is actually being done.
Yeah, well, it's got to be a ton of damage. I mean, don't you think it's a lot?
In terms of like your skin, yeah, but I mean, if you hit your head on a rock, you're going to be concussed and fucked up. You might bleed out. It depends how far away the gallows are.
Yeah.
There's probably better places to be. Dude, I'd rather be drawn in Edinburgh than in Paris. I mean, that gallows out of town.
Yeah, that's true. That's a big city. That's a metropolis you got to run through.
Yeah. So the remainder of the punishment includes a hanging, classic, usually a live disemboweling. Nice.
What's the disemboweling? The head?
No. That's decapitation. Decapitation.
Oh, okay, what's the disemboweling?
Disemboweling is, your bowels. They just and then they rip out your bowels, and then they burn those. And then they behead you, and then they quarter you. This is like classic treason. This was happening in like the 1300s.
Okay.
In the 1700s, they skipped a lot of that and just dragged you to the gallows on a horse.
It's crazy that they burn the intestines, by the way.
That's kind of ancient Greek, like offering to the gods.
His intestines.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they would like burn entrails of like a sheep to offer to like Zeus.
Wow.
It seems like it may be like a kind of a holdover from that.
Okay.
Spin-off. So all that should happen to poor Piper Reed and I guess the other 558 people.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah.
So that was pretty tough.
He probably fed the dudes to the hogs.
Yeah.
He probably tried to make use of them. If you're making pipe out of a full dog,
you're doing something with the people.
You could probably make 2 pipes out of a big dog.
Yeah. You get me a
Do you
Greyhound?
think you have children's ones made out of like schnauzers? We got a beagle. This is 8 and below.
Yeah.
This is a children's
if
pipe.
Your arm is from 26 inches to 31, you get the beagle pipes, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want any short kids coming in here grabbing a retriever pipe. You hear me, Josh?
Daddy, I'd like a Greyhound pipe. When you're older.
When you're older.
Maybe when you're older.
When you're older, James Reed.
It's kind of cool that his name was Reed and he was a piper.
Yeah.
So the bagpipe was a weapon until 1996. Bagpipe. Blah, blah, blah. So back to musical instrument. Okay, so in 1996, a man named Mr. Brooks, first name redacted, out of respect for the Brooks family, was taken to court for playing the pipes on Hampstead Heath, which is forbidden according to Victorian bylaw. Now, do you know what a heath is, Charles?
No.
It's a meadow with rules. That's my bit about heaths. Heath Ledger. So you like a meadow, you can frolic for an unlimited period of time. A heath, 5 minutes or less.
Yeah, got it. Only between 10 and 7 p.m.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's signs on the heath.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, the heath is not a good time. Now, but it's weird though, because Hampstead Heath, I looked it up. It's like a 700-acre.
Wow.
Public. It's like a public park now in London, and this is also 1996. So Friends has been on for 2 years. That's how recent we're talking.
Yeah.
In terms of like when this guy got in trouble for playing a bagpipe on the heath.
Weird.
It might have been because it used to be like a lord's backyard.
Okay.
And so like playing musical instruments was forbidden under Victorian bylaw. What is a bylaw?
I don't know.
You gonna look that up?
Well, do you want to go just bylaw or Victorian?
No, I mean, we don't need to. I just wanted to get your take on a bylaw.
I think it's a law that goes both ways.
That's what I wanted.
So he goes to he appeals this by saying he wasn't playing music, he was using an instrument of war, right?
Yeah, he's like, no. The bagpipe, obviously not an instrument. I was basically out there shooting a gun.
Yeah.
I'm practicing my swordsmanship on the heath.
Yeah.
Is that illegal? Is that a crime?
If you play, that's so weird. And then they still said no, right? This is where they finally overturned it.
Yeah, this is when it became a musical instrument again. It's funny, though, that this guy pled not guilty by claiming that the pipes are not a musical instrument. They are a weapon, according to Piper Reed's case in 1745. It's like this guy went to the heath with that trial printed out.
Like, say something.
He went to the library, made copies. He had it in his back pocket. He's like, I'm filming this.
Yeah. Officer, I just want to let you know you're on camera. Is that cool? Is that cool?
I just want to let you know you're being filmed.
Can I get a badge number? Oh, my bag number? Yeah, it's 919. Yes, this is my dog.
It's 9-1 Charlie. That was his name.
Himself.
Yeah.
It's a horribly sewn, obvious dog bagpipe.
It's an obvious dog.
It's a Pomeranian.
Yeah, bagpipes are priced based on how much it still looks like a dog.
I would do a Pomeranian bagpipe, a little guy.
Yeah, that could be cool.
High squeal.
That looks like a fashionable bagpipe.
Yeah.
Wow, have you seen he's got the palm pipe? he's got the bag palm.
You get a long one, like you get a dachshund.
Yeah. Bagpipe. There's a lot of types of bagpipes too, because we were looking up the different pipes. It's Pipomania over here. What do you think? A quick question about when they're playing it in war. What do you think they played?
Do you think anybody went original?
Guys, I'd like to
for this next battle, I'd like to do an original. Okay. Sorry, I'm really nervous. Hold on.
Do you take requests?
Yeah.
Happy birthday. He has the worst taste in music. Can you play Happy Birthday on the bagpipes? It'll help me kill the Germans.
He's always asking for happy birthday. Ignore him.
Yeah. Flight of the Bumblebees. Yeah. That would be kind of sick.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Have you heard Flight of the Bumblebees?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty chaotic.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot for a pipe.
Yeah. I don't think you should put a piper up to that.
No.
If you want them to live.
Yeah. Ode to Joy? Have you heard the new Beethoven? You know, because a lot of this, that was cool, like what they're working with. Yeah.
Could you play me Beethoven's Fifth?
He's like, I only know Brahms.
He's like, really?
Beethoven's Fifth? No Beethoven's Fifth, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
It's the stairway of the 1700s. Guys.
It's Freebird.
Yeah. I think it was 1800. Beethoven might have been 1800s. Yeah, there weren't a lot of cool tunes. I mean, by World War I, you didn't even have Elvis. You had some like old timey.
Yeah.
Not very war
no,
battle
you had that
inspired.
like goofy trumpet.
Yeah.
You say she's cooking? I don't even know what they said.
Backing up to World War I, we talked about the death rate's pretty high for pipers, which is why the British Army eventually was like, all right, you can have bagpipes, but they got to be in the back.
Yes, but nobody agreed to that. In the movie we watched, the bagpipe guy was going back and forth. But what really happened, I think, in real life was they were already on their ledges, getting ready to go. People were freaking out.
On your ladder.
Yeah, you had your ladder.
Yeah.
Everybody had to be so afraid.
On your ladder to your work.
Yeah.
It's so fucking scary.
They're just ready to get. They look like runners on the Olympic blocks. You know, like track runners. You're in your position.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Swimmers.
You know. Yeah. On your mark. You're about to go into no man's land. Which
just get shot in the head
immediately.
Yeah. So soon.
Some people are shot upon showing their heads.
Yeah. That's got to be pretty demoralizing. It's like, all right, you next.
Yeah.
But did you just see? Yeah. Hopefully not you.
Yeah. Keep going. Yeah. And then that had to be equally as scary for the bagpiper because they jumped into line first.
Yeah.
They jumped over the hill and just started
They would go
walking.
over the top. That's what they call it, going over the top. It's bad if you have a term for it. You probably know it's not something that happens often or that should. Mm-hmm. You know?
And that's still used today. Went a little over the top with it.
He was a bit over the top.
He
kind of charged into no man's land with that one. You see Jen last night? She was a bit reckless.
Okay.
She reminded me of a bagpiper going into the fog.
Yeah, if anything.
And the bullet haze.
So you're a bagpiper. You have you have a knife on you.
Yeah.
But all you really have that's driving you is the pride that you're about to rile these people up. And you go over the top playing a tune, and you're just happy you're motivating these people.
Yeah.
Apparently when people like say you even made it into no man's land, like you did conquer and now you're just so sad, they would still get the spirits going to keep going.
Yeah.
It was always just a boost.
Yeah. I mean, everyone had a job to do, and the bagpipe was like,
you're piping.
I got a pipe. I got to pump them up.
I got to pump them up.
I got to pump them with the pipes.
Very respected.
Yeah, super cool. How many bagpipes do you think they took to war?
A lot. Yeah, there had to be a train full of pipes.
Yeah.
At least one car on the train to war.
One big old crate full of pipes.
Yeah, a bunch of pipes.
Yeah.
I wonder if people brought their custom pipes.
Yeah.
They had to.
They unzip it like a bowling ball.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you didn't have your own pipes, you had the shitty army ones. Fuck. These
aren't even tuned. This is going to sound worse than normal.
This is not going to get people motivated. I'm sorry. Look, General, this is not going to do the trick.
So, yeah, pipers were easy targets because they're playing loud, obnoxious music, and they're wearing skirts. Like plaid skirts, not really camo, you know?
Yeah, they definitely stuck out.
Yeah.
I think that was on purpose, though. They wanted to stick out because they were proud Scottish people. They wanted to be like, we're the Scots.
Yeah, it was pretty intimidating. I saw this thing in the Edinburgh War Museum that, like, the dudes, like, the uniforms gradually got kind of less showy. Just because, like, it was kind of expensive. Like, you're in a war, you're trying to conserve resources. You can't make all these tassels all the time for everybody.
That's funny.
So, like, over time, the uniforms would get less and less showy. But you would still have the tartan, which is apparently a fashion term, Lauren told me, for plaid.
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of different types of tartans, though, that mean different things.
I wonder if they went around like Jordans. People are like, oh, you got the threes? you got the tartan threes? I'd love to get the tartan 3.
You got the Tartan Force 1s, dude?
Yeah, that's sick.
Wow, man.
Yeah. I don't usually wear it out, but it's my birthday. He signed it. He signed my dog.
I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, just sign the dog.
A lot. I spent a lot of time manifesting. And I'm just glad he could sign it before I get hung.
Yeah, all dogs don't go to heaven. They become pipes. Yeah, that was what was going on during World War I. On to Bill McMillan. Millmillan. It's mail time. By World War II, frontline pipers had been forbidden by the British Army. But this dude's commander, all right, I'm not going to start like that because I didn't. It's funny when you try reading your notes like it's a coherent prose.
Yeah.
And then it's just like broken sentences and you have to start over. It's really good for the morale. I need a pipe right now, dude. I need a pipe pick
dude,
me up.
You said you quit the pipe.
I need the pipe, dude. Yeah, I play my pipe all day long. Yeah, I got a pipe that increases my morale. It's a Rick and Morty bong. So this is crazy that this happened as late as World War II. During D-Day. Do you want to tell this story? Because I
think you have a good grasp.
Okay, during D-Day, there was this guy, Bill Millen, who was the personal piper to this guy, Lord Lovett.
Okay.
Who's Lovett in terms of celebrity?
John Lovett.
John Lovett. Yeah, I think they're closely related. So this guy, Lord Lovett, who's like a sergeant, he's a general, he's a commander, whatever. He's Scottish, and Bill was, rose up through the ranks as a piper in terms of like playing at all these bands and stuff. And then like, we're sending you to war with a dagger and a pipe. And Bill's like, great. And so Bill is on charging the beach of Normandy in D-Day, which we've all seen those movies, and it's not good for the beach people.
Nope.
It's pretty bad. And so usually it's forbidden by the British Army because it's fucking 1942 to have a piper in the front when machine guns exist. Like, it's so easy to kill him. So usually you'd have to stay in the back, but Lord Lovett was like, that's according to the British Army. You and I are Scottish, and those rules do not apply.
Crazy.
So he's like, get in the front, Bill!
Yeah.
And so Bill went to the front.
This guy just wanted somebody to catch the bullets first. Let's be honest.
Bill, open your mouth and spread your pipes wide, because you're going to die.
Also, why'd you get me as fat as possible before I came here?
And why are you really close behind me? Why did you install a handle on my back? So you could use me as a shield when I die?
It's for morale. Okay, Millen?
I just have a sick image of Bill just stuck with all these pipes.
Oh, jeez.
And then once he dies, I got a sick mind, man.
Yeah, it's
I got a sick mind.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's sick as like it's bad.
Oh, okay.
I'm using the original version of sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
They're on Sword Beach. It's D-Day, and Bill Millen's playing his heart out. He's playing Highland Laddie and All the Bonnets Blue and all these other tunes. And later, he talked to captured German snipers who said that they did not shoot him because they just thought he was nuts.
Yeah.
They thought he was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
It's
It's
pretty
crazy
nice.
that they still were like, leave him alone.
Yeah.
He's
retarded. Don't kill him.
he's basically dead, right,
Oh,
guys?
I don't want to kill that guy.
Yeah.
That seems so mean.
He's just on the beach playing the pipes.
Also, they're probably going to shoot at the people who were shooting at them first.
Yeah, also, you probably want to use your bullets wisely.
Yeah. Maybe he was playing some Wagner.
Maybe
And
they
they're
liked
like,
his tune.
I likes this guy.
Yeah,
He's kind of cool.
they're yelling requests.
Who's this wild card?
Can we get him on our side?
Yeah. Some spunk on this one. Yeah, I do think it would be a party foul to kill the bagpiper.
Yeah, you're right. That's like
It's like pulling the ox. Hey,
he pulled the pipes.
who killed the piper?
Come on.
It's pretty nice they just didn't kill him because they thought he was crazy.
Yeah, that's nice. At least they had a little bit of humanity.
Pleading insanity helps in almost any
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Yeah, it's never a bad. You shouldn't not use it if it's
When when push comes to shove,
plead insane.
claim you're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe your friend who was talking to you and was going a bit wonky in the head. Maybe she was just like trying to prepare for a court case.
Yeah,
She needs you as a witness to be like,
She's
yeah, when I talked to her, she was losing it.
What's that called when you're an actor?
Method acting?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's either losing it or real smart.
We'll see what happens.
Probably losing it. So yeah, that was Bill Millen, and he lived. He lived through D-Day.
Yeah,
which
crazy.
is wild.
Unbelievable.
And he was like, "Yeah, I was scared, but they seem to be shooting other people."
And then they'll come out. Yeah, we thought you were on the spectrum.
Yeah.
So we left you alone.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah.
So
We would put them in the camps, but they're like, "Oh, they've got one?
yeah.
Be nice. Be nice to him." Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we've made fun of bagpipers a lot, but they served a cause.
they did serve a cause. They were good.
I mean, it's pretty brave to go into war unarmed playing
Yeah.
music.
I wonder if they got close enough, they could use their knife, but I doubt that happened.
Yeah, I wonder how often the knives were used by
Yeah.
bagpipers.
I would at least throw it if I was a bagpiper.
Yeah, you had a whole they should be armed thing.
Yeah, they should have grenades. They should have
Right.
given them grenades,
Yeah.
for sure, because
Yeah.
they could have thrown them.
How?
Because you can, when you have the bag up, you're blowing with your mouth. When
Yeah.
you go up to take a breath, you squeeze the bag, your mouth is free, your left hand is free, and then you go hunk, grenade. You said maybe one of the pipes could have been a gun.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work. Yeah, maybe. It'd be funny if you had a double like machine gun bagpipe thing. So you like have a trail of bullets, and then some guy mounts you and like shoots from you as you play.
Whoa.
You know?
That's cool.
Yeah, some dude mounts you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then shoots.
Yeah, or whatever.
They get you.
Maybe we just find
Maybe
a
he just mounts.
find a quiet trench.
Yeah. Find a knife heath.
A nice heath. A knife heath.
A knife heath. And I was like, I hope he didn't hear that. No.
You can never escape.
But all in all, bagpipes, you serve your purpose.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
You deserve a lot more respect today.
I think it's really hard also. I think it's really hard to actually blow into a bagpipe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like we were talking about the coordination that you needed and the lung power, because you listen to a bagpipe in the background, why it's kind of annoying is there's a
big
but that's
frog.
actually really hard
Mm-hmm.
to get that consistent drone, because you need the constant wind power, and then when you take a breath you honk the armpit.
Yeah, you need to kind of match that pace.
Which, by the way, bagpiping, if you want to do a sexual act, if you're trying to spice things up at home, bagpiping is when you have sex with a woman's armpit,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
We looked up a few other ones on Urban
Yeah, they were
Dictionary,
terrible.
and they were just ludicrous.
They were
They
they were not
insane.
feasible whatsoever.
When I go to Urban Dictionary, I look for practical,
Yeah.
actionable sexual tips, and I kind of think of it as a Kama Sutra of the digital age. But it angers me when I read something that is just a joke.
Yeah, it was like,
It's all just a joke to you people.
these guys aren't treating Urban Dictionary right.
I'm trying to repair my relationship with some kinky stuff, and these guys are telling me about how you shove 3 dicks in one woman and
Yeah.
lay your 2 balls on her head, and then the other 2 women are taking pictures and cheering you on.
Yeah, that was one of the bagpipes. I don't know how that even... Oh, because you put a bag of pipes in her.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. but it doesn't help.
No,
I'm
it doesn't
saying.
help.
It doesn't help
I
my
mean,
failing relationship.
If you need help,
I go to Urban Dictionary because my relationship is on the rocks. And I need somebody to give me some sexual things that will not only make my woman attracted to me, but make her forget about all the cars I've crashed. I'm a drunk, and the only way to make her forget
is lewd
if I lick her ass and honk her butt like a bagpipe.
Ass licking always repairs a relationship. If you
One of them that I did, because we did look through like 5 Urban Dictionary entries, and most of them were ridiculous and not loving, not what I would call making love.
I agree.
One of them was the lady licks your ass and squeezes your balls to kind of squeeze the pipes.
Oh,
squeeze the bag.
I don't know. I could
see
like
that. I don't think I would like it either. But I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's possible.
Without someone logging it,
Yeah.
I could see some undocumented bagpipes.
I'm sure somebody likes that.
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of people liking that. I don't know though.
It's a big world. It's a big world.
People like a nice
7
bag.
billion people.
Yeah, 90% men. So some of them have to.
10% of them are Scottish volunteers, which is per Scot a lot.
It's a good name for the ep. All right, everybody, get yourself a bagpipe. Go blow it out in anywhere but the heath.
Find yourself a dead dog with a boner. You'll have good rock for the rest of your life.
Good rock. You'll have. Were you a dog when you said that?
Cook that one up.
I think you became a dog.
Yeah. Good rock. Shaggy would make a huge bagpipe.
Oh yeah.
That's a tandem pipe.
For sure.
Yeah, Shaggy was like as big as a man.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
Shaggy?
Scooby.
Okay.
Shaggy was a man. That guy was as big as a guy.
That's when my brain was like, you see my
Am I your
see
friend?
my face go blank?
I did. I'm like, Charles is an idiot. He doesn't even understand. I'm trying to talk about Shaggy the dog. Shaggy's a better name for a dog. They got me.
Yeah, they definitely
got me.
You. I mean,
why don't you pull the knife out of my back, Boomerang? You ever watch Boomerang on Cartoon Network?
Course.
Yeah.
Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Rocket. No.
It's a restaurant.
Hey, mama. Who is he?
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo. All right. Well, this has been our ep on bagpiping. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, leave a comment, subscribe.
Complain. Anything is traction.
Anything, yeah. Start a fight, disparage trans rights and just get some engagement going on, below. So we've really enjoyed our time here with you, haven't we, Charles?
A lot. I like to play us out with some bagpipe.
Yeah, we definitely should play a mournful bagpipe tune to close this casket. Well, you want to tell them social medias?
You can find me at TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Charles_Engle. That's ENGLE. And YouTube, Charles Engle Comedian. Look me up, baby. Follow the pod.
Follow the pod, goddammit. You can find me anywhere at Zach Russell Comedy, Zach RUSSELL Comedy, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Twitter, it's Russell_Mania, and I'm not going to change it.
It's good.
I think it's silly. _Mania was taken.
Dang it.
Which is pretty shitty.
That's tough to do, is a double underscore.
There's already a guy out there. I should, what if he has, hundreds of thousands of followers?
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah. Well, this has been our bagpipe ep. We're doing Cleopatra next week.
Can't wait.
So tune fucking in because she fucked her brother.
Who hasn't?
My brother's going to be on this podcast, and we've definitely boned a few times.
Nice.
So I really don't know what we're going to talk about. But Corey will also be joining the cast because I'm going to have all the equipment here, and Charles isn't going to be here, so it's going to really flow. I can't wait to see how Corey is on the pod.
I'm sure it'll be great.
I don't think. I don't know.
All right.
It
don't
could be
believe
fun.
your brother.
It could be fun.
Overshadow him.
I will. This has been fun, Charles. So we're gonna go.
I'll see you all next week.
In hell. All right, stop that.
Cue the pipes.